All right, it's Monday, October 20th, 2025, regular session of the Board of Supervisors. First item on the agenda is the agenda itself and minutes of the October 13th regular session.
Move to approve.
I will second.
Motion and a second to approve is presented. Any further comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes. Any public comment? Moving on to County Auditor.
Things are prepared and framed, sir.
Move to approve the claim.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve the claims as presented. Any further comment there? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Any payroll? Drainage. Anything important? Anybody?
I haven't heard back, so I take that as that the spraying was successful. And
Will our watchman or something check that? Yep.
that was what they reported back. Yes.
Okay.
That came from me.
Thanks. Let's see, we'll do item number 4, County Auditor Resolution to approve the auditor's transfer of funds.
I'd move resolution number 61.
Second.
Is there anything more unique than?
There are 2 transfers. They're standard transfers.
Okay.
Double resolutions.
So we have a motion and a second to approve resolution 2025 number 61. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. So we'll get on to Brandon, seeing as how we have a 10:05 public hearing. Brandon, go ahead.
Yes, good morning. I thought I'd start off by telling you that we're at our fall time period where we have the ability to go through dust controls. We try to avoid them still if they're not in need of any kind of maintenance. Usually by this time of year after harvest has started, most of them need to be gone through. But it's very give you guys a heads up that we are starting going through those. The other items of work, there's a bunch of culverts that we found that the ends have it's not really falling off. They're separated. We're going to be reattaching those and tying them together with bolts so that doesn't happen in the future. There's a couple not large. They're old concrete boxes that were some oddball shapes that have been out there for 100 years, but they have tiny little head walls that the grader hits all the time. So we're going to try and pop a couple of those off this fall before we get to the winter. And then hopefully by the time winter's over, we'll have a couple of bigger ones that we'll do in the spring. We're also going to do on Thrush, there's one box that's a wood box just south of the avenue called a mile that has caused a bunch of suckholes. Since we have a pavement project coming up on that road, we're going to get that popped out this spring also and replace that with some modern tubes instead of what's in there now. So we're just kind of doing all the prep for those. Besides that, the guys are continuing with the drainage work they can do. The excavator will be back in commission today, both excavators, and hopefully they grade all their parts came last week. They began the installation of everything. They should be able to finish it all today. The grade all part just came over the weekend, but that's just a controller they have to pocket. So all the excavating equipment should be back out there doing tile repairs and not dust control, dish cleaning. So that's progressing well. The project up on Hickory is fully complete. I think that was reported last week by Andy. That's back open to traffic. It looks really good. It's flowing water very well. So that project is good. On Friday, at the very end of the day, I got a call from dispatch that there was a fully engulfed semi sitting on Mallard just just south of East 20, north of Mason City. And that semi burned through the frame. There's hardly anything left of it. And did a considerable damage to the road. So there'll be a patch that needs to be done out there. That's probably 25 feet long, 12 feet wide. We're talking with Heartland about that right now to see if they can get it done before they shut the plant down for the year. Because usually this is about the time of year they shut down. So we're going to try and get that fixed so it's not a big problem over the winter. Because all our belly blades are going to do is scrape that out of there. It burned all the tar out of the road. There's a bunch of compacted gravel in there that's just barely held together right now. So the more traffic that's on, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse. So we put a bunch of cones along the edge of the road and reduce speed times just to make people aware that might be, it's different, you know, just to try and give them a chance to not lose control or get surprised by it, especially motorcyclers or anybody like that that's out there this time of year. But I'll let you know more about that when I get anything. Hopefully that'll happen in the next week or two. So we might have some inconvenience for a day out there when we do that patch. But if we can possibly do it, I want that done before winter because that would be just a nightmare at one time. Other than that, it's just typical grading and mowing. So we got Mason City's mowers back on the road, and we have to replace the caster on the back wing, but that can still be used in time. So the mowers are out there mowing. Graders are out doing their typical grading. We'll hopefully be back doing all our excavation and our tile repairs. Other than that, I guess if you guys have any questions for me.
Carl, do you have anything?
No, not this time.
Okay, thank you, Brandon. We'll move on to open the public hearing at 10:05 for the change of zone on Smith Agro Company. Tom?
Yeah, Smith Agro Company, they have a farmstead that's attached to 230 acres of farmland. They want to split the farmstead, the farm, where the farm home is, about 4.5 acres, or they want to give 2.15 acres to a person who's actually been renting that side for years, so they want to sell it to them. So they're splitting that. This is to change that zone one day, so it's less than 10 acres total. And as you see on the map, kind of how they divide it down there, kind of that they cross the middle. The vote was unanimous by the Planning and Zoning Commission. Send this on the Board of Supervisors. Recommend approval.
Anybody from the public here to ask a question?
Hearing none, I would make a motion to close this portion of the public hearing.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to close this portion of the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Quick question before, so on that driveway, are they sharing that? I mean,
Yeah, they'd have to have some kind of shared arrangement. I know as it comes into where the part that's going to be sold, there's some trees right there. There is room to go over the grass too if they want to have access to the property. But I just,
They have a driveway.
starts on one side of it. Cool. All right.
I'd move to approve resolution number 62.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve resolution 62, 2025. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Resolution approved. Anything else, Brandon?
I didn't have anything else for you.
Okay, that said. Any correspondence communication?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned at 10:08. Thanks, Carl.
Thank you.